Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sam here, and I'm making a video about how to invest in and play DeFi Kingdoms. So when you're looking up the price chart for this one, you're going to look up Jewel. Jewel is the main token associated with this project. There's two other ones that you need to know about. Those are called Crystal and Jade. As you see here on their Twitter page, they list all three of them right here. DeFi Kingdoms has two maps, and they're built on different blockchains. So the map called Crystal Vale, that is built on DFK's own blockchain, which they built off of AVAX. And that's where you use Crystal in the game. So when you're buying your NFTs on the game, you're selling them, you're leveling up your NFTs, which we'll call heroes from now on because that's what they call them. You're going to be using Crystal for those transactions, kind of like you would use Ethereum on OpenSea to buy some NFTs. You're using Crystal as the power token on that game. And the other blockchain that this game is built on for the other map, which is Serendale 2.0, because they used to have Serendale 1.0 on the Harmony blockchain, but Harmony got hacked. So they changed that over to Clayton. So now it's Serendale 2.0. On that one, you're using the Jade token. And these two tokens here are the way they're built is to be lower in price, so it's cheaper to play. And then Jewel is kind of what the cryptocurrency is that's going to rise in value and be successful, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. So long story short, it can be complicated to get into crypto games, one would assume, but it's really not. And I'm going to explain step by step how you can jump in and get involved and how you can kind of participate in the next wave of gaming, which is Web3 gaming. What's nice about DeFi Kingdoms is there's a decentralized exchange built into it. There's yield farming built into it, NFTs with utility that you can actually use them to play the game. And when you play the game, they become more valuable. And so it's just, there's just a lot going for this project. But with that being said, let's get started. I'm going to try to make this really simple. So feel free to pause this video and take pictures or write down the steps you need to take, because once you get these steps set up, then you're going to be good to go. So the first thing, you want to set up Metamask if you haven't already, and then you're going to add custom networks. Because when you first make a Metamask account, you're only going to have the Ethereum network on there. But what you need to do is go to your settings, scroll down over here to networks, and then what you're going to do is you're going to add networks. So I've added all these networks. The ones you're going to want to add for DeFi Kingdoms for sure are going to be the Avalanche network. You may want to, well, you're going to want to get the DFK chain mainnet. You're going to want to do Clayton. And those are the three that you really need to have. And obviously, the more you have, the more of these added that you have, the more you can do in crypto utilizing your Metamask wallet. So when you want to add a network, you basically click add a network and then you fill in these fields right here. And I have a cool little website that will automatically do this for you, which I'm going to show you right now. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to chainlist.org, like right here. So for DeFi Kingdoms, like I said, to onboard into DeFi Kingdoms, so to get Jewel, it's not listed on any centralized exchanges. So you need to send over either Clayton or Avalanche to DeFi Kingdoms. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add the Avalanche RPC. So right here, Avalanche C chain, you can just click, you don't need to click this, but this will kind of show you some of the details. But you just click add to Metamask. So you'll connect your Metamask to Chainlist, and then you're going to add this. You're going to approve this, which I've already done, so I'm not going to approve it. And then you're going to have it, you're going to be good to go. And then what you would do is you would buy some Avalanche somewhere, and then send your Avalanche to your Metamask wallet. So it's just the same as if you were to send Ethereum to Metamask. It's the same wallet address and everything. As you can see, let's go back. So ending in 407 right here. If I switch to DFK chain, my address doesn't change. So you'll be able to send all these tokens to the same address, but obviously you need to make sure you're sending it with the right chain. All right, so the next thing you'll do, you got the Avalanche C chain, perfect. Now what you're gonna do, you can get Clayton. I would recommend adding them both. So Clayton is the blockchain for Serendale 2.0, where you're using the Jade token as the power token. So you don't have to play this game on both chains, but they're interoperable and you can bridge your in-game assets back and forth between the two. So I would add both. So same thing, you're going to click on add to Metamask and you're going to connect this as well. You're also going to do this for DFK chain. Same thing, you're going to add it to Metamask and you're going to be good to go. So once you do that, you're going to go to the DefiKingdoms website, which, let me show you an example real quick. I'm switching to the Ethereum mainnet so you guys can see what it looks like if you're not connected to the right one. So I'm at beta.defikingdoms.com. What you're going to do if you're brand new is you're going to switch over to the Avalanche network, which is called the C chain. And you're going to talk to the Snow Sage here and get started. And it kind of walks you through what to do. So you can, looks like you can purchase AVAX from right here. But you could also, I would buy it on an exchange, for example, on Binance US, Coinbase, KuCoin, something where you can get Avalanche. And then you can send it directly to your Metamask wallet. Alright, so what you're going to do now is, let's say you have your Avalanche already on your Metamask wallet. All you got to do is bridge that Avalanche over from the Avalanche C chain over to the DFK chain. And since you've already added the DFK chain, then this is all you're going to have to do. So you click Move AVAX to get started, and now you're going to bridge it. So you click Bridge it. It's going to bring you to the DefiKingdoms website. And once it loads up here, you are going to change this to AVAX, since you're bridging AVAX over. Let's say you're bridging one AVAX over. You're going to move that AVAX to DefiKingdoms. Obviously, here's your options, but you're going to move it to DefiKingdoms. And this is going to bring you to Crystal Vale, where Crystal is the power token, and we'll talk more about that. So you're going to bridge it to DefiKingdoms. It's going to show up as wrapped AVAX. It's going to tell you what the estimated bridge fee is. Also keep in mind, you're going to need to make sure you have enough Avalanche in your account for gas fees, which on AVAX is pretty cheap. So once you do that, you're just going to hit bridge, and then your funds are going to be moved over to DefiKingdoms as wrapped AVAX. So what you're going to do from there, you're going to switch your network after you bridge it by clicking on up here on your Metamask wallet, and you're going to go to DFK chain. Once you go to DFK chain, DefiKingdoms is automatically going to switch over to Crystal Vale, and you're going to see that you have wrapped AVAX in here. So the next step you're going to take, go to the world map. When you're at the world map, you're going to go to the marketplace, right in the middle. From the marketplace, you're going to go to the trader, right in the middle right here. And you're going to see that you have your AVAX in here that you bridged over, which I didn't bridge any over right now. So that's why it shows 0 on mine. But for you, it's going to show that you have AVAX. And now you're going to convert that to, assuming you want to buy NFTs and stuff, you would convert it to Crystal. But if you just want to invest in Jewel, then you'll just convert this over to Jewel. So if you wanted to put your 1 AVAX in, you would get 71 Jewel right now. And then you would just hit approve and approve the transaction. And then you would have Jewel in your wallet, which would show up here in the corner. Now I'm going to show you, let's say, for example, you talked to the trader, you took your AVAX, you traded it in for Crystal because you want to play the game, right? So let's say you have Crystal. Now what you can do with your Crystal is a couple of things. Since you don't have any NFTs yet because you just got started, you're going to probably want to get at least one NFT, which are called heroes. So as you can see, here's my heroes. And these heroes are used to go on quests, and eventually you'll be able to fight with these heroes. And they all have different stats, and they all have different classes, so their abilities are good for different things. And a future video I can make that kind of talks about the strategy behind this game. But what you're going to do to buy a hero, if I didn't have this blocking the path, you're going to go to the tavern in the world map. So you click on world map, you'll then click on tavern, which will bring you to the tavern. And once you're in here, you're going to go to the agent. And this is where you can buy and sell your heroes. And another thing you can do with heroes, you can rent them out for hire. So people can rent your heroes from you, or you can rent other people's heroes. But in this case, let's say you just bought some crystal, we're going to buy some heroes. So this is where you can see the floor price of heroes. So 44 crystal is the floor price for the cheapest hero you can get. And I think crystal's around 10 cents right now. So you're getting a hero for less than $5. And I remember when I first started playing this game, the cheapest hero was like $150 or something like that. It was crazy. That was in the bull run, but they changed the mechanics of the game, so it'll pretty much always be fairly cheap for people to play the game, and you're still going to be able to make money, a good amount of money on your investment. So with that being said, you look for the hero you want. You can filter it over here by what you want. When I go make a new video about the strategy behind this game, I'll kind of show you guys an example. But if you just want a hero to get started, if you flip the card over, it'll show you what they're highlighted in green, what their profession is. So their main profession is gardening. So you can go on any of these 4 quests. You can mine, fish, forage, or garden. They're all going to give you certain loot. Mining allows you to mine some of your locked tokens if you have any. And to get locked tokens, you're essentially going to need to provide liquidity. And when you provide liquidity, which I've already made a video about, and you guys can go back and check that one, you would just go to the gardens, provide liquidity for a pair. Like I think in my video I did Bitcoin and Jewel or something like that. And the rewards it was paying me, it was giving me like 50% APY, and it was paying me out in crystal. So anyway, if you want to buy the hero, then you essentially just buy the hero, just like that. Same thing if you wanted to sell it, you would just go to sell and list it there. But if I were you guys brand new starting off, and you had a little bit of money to play, I would probably get one of each kind of hero. I would probably get a forager, a fisher, a miner, and a gardener. It gives you a chance to get all different kinds of loot in the game, which you're going to need that loot to play the game as it moves forward. But right now the game is still under development. There's not a whole lot you can actually do. So what I'm doing is going on quests, making my heroes a higher level, and they're becoming more valuable. So I'll show you guys my heroes in a moment, but first I'm going to take you back to the world map, take you to professions. And professions is where you're going to go on these quests. So right now if I want to go on a fishing quest, I'll talk to the fisher. I will start my quest. As you can see, stamina per attempt. Each hero at level 1 starts off with 25 stamina. So if you have a fisher doing a fishing quest, you're only using 5 per. So you get to really do like 5 quests with 1 transaction. Obviously, because 5 stamina times 5 quests equals 25, and that's what you have. Whereas if you were a forager trying to do a fishing quest, it would cost you 21 stamina to go on 3 quests. So I'll show you real quick. If I want to go fishing, I will select my fishers here. They all have max stamina right now, so they will all be going on this quest. This is my highest level hero. This has taken me like, I want to say over a year of pretty much every single day going on quests to get it to level 13. So people are willing to pay a lot more for these heroes because they don't want to invest the time into it, or because they're just getting started and they want to be ahead of the game. So that's why I'm leveling my heroes up. It takes a long time to do it, but in my opinion, it's going to be worth it. On the back, it'll show you their stats, and their stats go up every time you level it up, and it's kind of based on a random roll of the dice on what stats get raised. Another thing to consider is when you do quest, sometimes you'll get increases to your fishing level or mining level or whatever, and they're going to be releasing level 10 quests soon. Right now, any hero can conduct the quests and you get loot, but they're going to give you better loot with new quests, but you have to be a certain level. I think it's going to be level 10, and from there you'll probably be able to get better loot than people who don't have heroes leveled up. So anyway, I selected the 3 fishers I have to go on this quest. I'm going to hit continue. It's just going to kind of explain what you're doing here, but I'm going to start the quest, which you guys might not be able to see right now, but it's Metamask popped up and it's asking me to approve the transaction. The gas fee is 0.005 joule. It's less than 1 penny, which is great. Obviously, if you guys are dealing with Ethereum transactions, sometimes you can pay 10, 50, and in a bull run could be hundreds of dollars. People have spent thousands in the past as well, just from gas fees. So this is really cheap. I had to redo the transaction real quick. And on DFK chain, the transactions take about 10 seconds to go through. So once I do this, they'll be questing, and the total duration for this quest is 5 minutes, as you can see by this countdown here. Now if I want to have my foraging heroes go do some quests, I'll just go to foraging. As you can see, I have a lot of those. And then you can just hit plus and it'll do your best 6 foragers. So that's what I'll do. And then I'll just do this for now and move on to the next thing I want to show you, which is essentially the gardens. So we go to the world map. We're going to go to the gardens. And this is where you would go if you want to provide liquidity. So like I said, see my other video if you want to see how to provide liquidity. But if you look at it real quick, these are the pairs that you can provide liquidity for. The higher market cap the crypto, the safer it's going to be. So for example, the further you scroll down, if you want to provide liquidity with the Ethereum USDC pair, you're going to get 23% APY, which is actually really great. Currently, out of all investors in this game, there's $125,000 put into it. And yeah, in a bear market, this would be a really smart play because ETH's probably not going to tank too hard. USDC is obviously not going anywhere, and so it just gives you a chance to build up in the bear market. But what I would do in a bull market is look for 2 solid pairs you believe in. Jewel I really believe in, Ethereum I believe in, so a pair like this, you could get 37% APY and provide liquidity here. And then a more risky one, Crystal and Bitcoin. Crystal is an in-game token that's not necessarily built to blow up in price. So it could actually decrease in price. It probably will also go up in a bull market, but this isn't one I would want to provide liquidity for a long period of time on. I'd consider it kind of risky. Jewel, on the other hand, is different, but Crystal and Jade, I wouldn't personally do that. But as you can see, other people do. There's $356,000 worth of funds in here. So anyway, watch that other video if you want to know how to do that. It's going to pay you out in locked crystal, which as you can see right here, this is my locked crystal. You're able to spend your locked crystal in the game on some things, which is why I only have 1 here, because that's what I did. A couple other things you can do at this point in the game, like I said, it's early on. You can do summoning. So if I look at my, let me go to the portal where you would summon. It's basically taking 2 of your heroes and procreating with them, and you come out with a new NFT. And you'll still have your other 2, but you'll have this new one. So when you look at your heroes, it'll show you how many summons they have left. And these cannot be regenerated. Once you use it, it's gone. So if you have 3 left and you use all 3, this hero will never be able to summon ever again. Unless you go do a dark summons, which essentially it would burn this NFT forever. It burn this NFT and another NFT that you pair it with. It would burn those forever, and you would essentially be gambling, hoping that you get an even better NFT from the dark summons. But if you're not dark summoning, then you're going to be able to keep all 3 heroes. So a way to make money in this game, strategically you could try to do a lot of summoning. In a way, it's kind of like gambling, but you know, the more rare ones, like this one, came from summoning, and it can be profitable if you have good luck, essentially. Another thing I'm going to show you real quick is pets. They have not introduced utility with pets yet, but there is going to be utility. It's going to allow you to level up faster, to make you stronger in your fights, things of that nature. And just like the heroes, the pets have different rarities. There's common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and mythic. Obviously, in that order, it gets more rare and rare as that goes on. But they're worth a lot more money. So if we go back to the tavern, so world map, go to the tavern, talk to the agent, which is the NFT marketplace. If you go to buy heroes, you can filter it by rarity. So as you can see, a common hero, the floor price is 44 crystal. If you move up to uncommon and hit apply, 49 is the floor price. Now if you go to rare, 59, legendary, 150, and mythic, 580, which compared to previous prices, that's not a bad price. And there's some perks that come with the rarity, and most of those perks have to do with leveling up your hero and making them stronger. So it does pay off to have more rare heroes, especially at these prices compared to the past when it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars for one of these. And then another thing, and I don't want to get too far into the weeds on this one, but if I reset these filters, as you can see, they have a level. So this means that this person's not really going on any quests. When you go on a quest, you get some XP, and once you get enough XP to get to 2,000, what you would do is go back to the world map. You'd go to the meditation circle. You'd go to the wanderer, enter the circle, add your hero, and right now I can't level up any of my heroes. But if I could, I would select it, and then from there I would pick which stats I want to increase. And you'll have a chance to get all of these increased, but the ones you select it'll give you a boosted percentage on the ones you select. You'll have to use in-game items from the quests in order to level up, called runes. And so you would attach your runes to it, and then it'll burn some of your crystal to level up. But once you do that, it'll level your hero up, and that's how you do it. If we go back to the tavern, oops. Actually, I clicked the wrong thing, but this is the jeweler. If you want to invest in Jewel, and you don't plan on swing trading it or selling it quickly, one thing you can do is deposit it into the jeweler. And there's this new feature that they created called power-ups, and those power-ups allow me to get increased benefits on leveling up my heroes and things like that. So it's a new feature. There's going to be a lot more power-ups released, but right now there's only 2. One of the power-ups I really like, it allows me to get more experience from my quests, which allows me to level up faster and makes my heroes become more valuable. But you need to have a C jewel balance, and that's since we're in Crystal Vale. S jewel is the same concept, but that's if you're on the Clayton blockchain. It's called S jewel. So basically you're locking it up. The minimum lock time is 7 days, but that's the only way you can get C jewel for the power-ups. And the power-ups, like I said, are going to help you essentially make more money. If you are looking at this kind of long-term or medium-term, lock it up as long as you want. I pretty much just lock every 7 to 10 days. If there's a big boom in price and I want to take some profits, well, I'm not too worried about waiting a couple days if it's still locked, because I don't anticipate the price tanking too hard. But what I do is every 7 or 10 days, I extend it another 7 or 10 days, unless I plan on taking profits. And my C jewel balance, you can't sell that for money, but you use it to equip to your heroes so they can get better questing rewards and whatnot. So there's a lot to this, and another video needs to be made for you guys to understand more of the strategy. But the thing is, I just want you guys to know how to get involved, how to play the game, how to make money from it, and hopefully this is a good starting point. The last thing I want to show you real quick is the other map, which is on the Clayton blockchain. So I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go down to Clayton. And there was a problem with the Clayton RPC recently, so what I'm going to do is add another Clayton RPC. Alright, I got it fixed, guys, and I used chainlist.org to add Clayton mainnet Cypress. And once you come in here and switch it to Clayton mainnet Cypress, it's automatically going to switch over from Crystal Veil to Sarandale 2.0 on the Clayton blockchain. So the difference here is instead of using Joule as your gas fee, because this is on Clayton's blockchain, you're using Clayton token, or you're using Clayton as the blockchain, as the gas fee for the blockchain. And then you're going to be using Jade instead of Crystal to do everything like buy heroes and level up and whatnot. If you look at the agent in the tavern where you buy heroes, the in-game NFT marketplace, you'll see the floor price for a hero is 60 Jade. I know Crystal was 44. It was 44 Crystal to get a floor hero on the other blockchain. But if you compare it to US dollars, the value is a little bit different. So when it comes to US dollars, they're very similar in price. But right now, Crystal's worth more than Jade, which is why it takes more Jade to get a floor hero. So yeah, essentially, I just wanted to kind of walk you guys through kind of what the game is, how it operates, how it works. There's a couple other features right now, like you can go to Duel and you can use your heroes to fight and earn lottery tickets essentially to get in-game items. So it's kind of like gambling or kind of like a fun, it's pretty cheap to do it if you want to test out how good your heroes are. But there's other things you can do in this game right now, but the main features haven't come out yet. And that's kind of good news, guys. When there's big news coming, things that in development that are going to cause a lot of hype, then that price is going to go up. It gives you a good trading opportunity. So there's still a lot of opportunities to come in DefiKingdoms for quick trading opportunities, but also for the long term. I think it's going to be a successful project. It's just really you guys got to do your own research, play around with it, join their Discord. They have Discord, Telegram, tons of social media. So if you go to their Twitter, DefiKingdoms, they'll have the verified check mark. All you need to do is click on this link. It'll give you all their social media right here. So they do have Reddit. They have all the main ones. I highly recommend Discord. That's where you're going to learn everything. It's where you can ask questions and get the answers to pretty much everything you need. So with that being said, that is how you do it. I told you how to buy Avalanche and get started on this game. But with Clayton, it's even a little bit easier, but it's pretty much the same. You're going to want to buy Clayton on an exchange like KuCoin or something. Send that Clayton to your Metamask wallet. And then from there, all you have to do is go to beta.defikingdoms.com, go to the world map. So since you're already going to be connected to the Clayton blockchain with your Metamask wallet, you're already going to have your Clayton in the game. And so you just need to go to the marketplace. Central Marketplace, Trader, you got your Clayton, and then you're just going to transfer it to Jade if you want to buy some heroes or other things, and then Joule if you just want to invest. So if I did, 100 Clayton, I could get myself 114 Joule, and you could just hold on to that and invest, or like I said, you can take that Joule that you just bought, you can go to the jeweler, which is somewhere on here. Jeweler, and you can get yourself some S Joule. So I just took a lot of extra Joule I had and I just locked it up for 200 days because I'm going to be in this project for a long time. The other blockchain is where I'm storing my Joule that I'm willing to kind of trade and sell. But that's pretty much how you do it. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to drop a comment, or you can reach out in the Discord and ask questions about it. And I'll make a future video about how to, getting into the weeds a little more and how to follow some advanced strategies to make money in this game. But hey, if anyone watched this video to the end, reach out to me on Discord and I would be happy to send you a free NFT. This offer is going to be valid for a few weeks because if for some reason we become a famous YouTube channel, I can't afford to give everyone an NFT. So just let me know, but thanks for watching. I hope this video had some value.